Welcome to my second video on Streamlit. This video is about creating a simple web form using Streamlit. Okay, so let us jump in and see what we need to do to create a simple form. Okay, first thing that you need to do is you are going to include Streamlit library as ST. Okay, and I'm introducing you to something called set page config. In the set page config, what you're going to do is you're going to add a title to your browser and a small image, and you're going to say the layout should be wide. Right? This is what we are going to do using this command. Okay, and it's very important that this command should be the first one, not the command. This function should be the first function immediately after the import, so that all the page attributes are set there. Okay, so let us see how this looks like in a browser. I'm going to save this, and you know how to run a Streamlit file. So I'm going to say streamlit.run. The name of the file is capital VIDEO2, VIDEO2.py. So I'm going to run it now. This is going to open a new browser. I'll show you what happens. Okay, so it opened a new browser, and if you look at the top, you can see we are given how to create a simple web form using Streamlit. So that is being displayed here. And you remember I added a small image there. So that is also being displayed here. So this is what that particular, this particular function does. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create a simple form with name, age, location, and also we are going to say to accept the terms and conditions. It's just a fictitious form that I'm going to do and see how it looks in Streamlit. Okay, so let us do it right away. Okay, so I'll show you the code. Okay. The first thing is SD Markdown. So I want some kind of header to my page. So I have written a markdown. So in my last video, I explained you what a markdown is. In whatever you put within the markdown or whatever HTML you put within the markdown, it is going to display as a HTML. All right. So that is why that's why we use markdown form. Okay. And the next 5 lines are something new to you. Let me explain to you. Okay, we are going to call a text input where you input the name. Okay, this name within the text input is going to be displayed before the text box. Okay, and the value is going to be stored in this variable. The output of this text input is going to be stored in this name variable. Okay, next is a selection box. Selection box is nothing but a drop-down box, and here we give age. Age is going to be the label, and within the selection box or within the drop-down box, these are the values that are going to be present in the drop-down box. I just put few numbers there. Okay, so whatever you select, that value is going to be stored in age. The next one is location. This is a radio button. In this radio button, what I'm saying is I'm asking the user to select their location, and I have given 5 locations for them to select. Okay, the value of that radio button is going to be stored in the location variable. Okay, so the next one is checkbox. So this checkbox, basically what it does is it says I agree to the terms and conditions. It's going to display this text with a small checkbox. And then that value, a Boolean value, is going to be assigned to this variable, whether it is checked or not. Either it's true or false. The next button is going to be a submit button. In this submit button, what we are going to do is we are going to give label to this button as SUBMIT, submit, and the value of that is going to be stored in the submit. So let us see how this particular form renders in the browser. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to refresh it. As I said yesterday, we don't need to rerun the application or the file every time. We just need to refresh it. So the first line is Quora Consultants. This is the line that you use in the markup. Okay, this is in pure HTML that's being displayed. And now you remember I gave the name. Okay, see, I gave the name here, and that name is displayed here with the text box. So we can type in the value, and you can say age 23, and we can also say, like, you can select whatever radio box you want and click on the agree button. Okay, so when you click submit now, nothing is going to happen because we are not doing anything yet with that values that we have got from the form. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to display that value, whatever value that we have received from the form, in the same screen itself. So I'm going to show you the code for that. Okay. It's a very, 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 very simple code, and anybody can, with a little knowledge, can work on it. Okay, simple. So if submit, this submit is the variable name that that is the variable name that we have assigned it to the button. So if submit, which means if true, if the value of the submit button is true, then it goes and checks whether I have checked the checkbox. So checkbox also, it is a Boolean value. So I'm going to see whether the value of the variable agree is true or not. If it is true, I'm going to say, like, thank you for the information. We will get back to you as soon as possible. And this is just a string that I'm going to display there. And this is a variable name. And this variable name, we received it from the text box. And the next line, we are going to do stwrite and the age. And the age is from the drop-down box. And the location is from the radio button. And we are just writing stwrite. Okay, and one thing we missed. Okay, if the user has not clicked the checkbox, then this is going to be false. Agree is going to be false. Okay, if agree is false, then I write an else statement which says accept the terms and conditions before you proceed any further. This is a basic simple form. Okay, let us see how it renders on the website. So I'm going to save this file. I'm going to go to my browser and I'm going to run it. Okay, so now I'm going to give input to this form, like Rishi. It's 23. UK, I agree to terms and conditions. And now once I click submit, it's going to display the values. Thank you for your information. Thank you for the information. We will get back to you as soon as possible. It's displaying name, age, and the location, which we have inputted, which we have entered in the form. Okay, so let us say now I don't click agree. Okay, and now I submit. So it's going to throw in error, accept terms and conditions before you proceed. Okay, so this is a very, very simple form. What we are going to do is we can get the value from the user. You can write it to MongoDB, you can write to SQL, use SQL and write to a SQL server. You can write to a text file, you can write to Excel file, whatever way you want to handle the data, you can handle it. So this is it for now. And tomorrow I'll come up with something different And thank you. Bye-bye.